I did that in the steam room, by the way. When I go steam room a lot.
Makes sense why there's no one ever in the steam room.
Right? They don't want to. Anyway.
Welcome back to episode 54 of the Hard Truth Diamond Podcast.
Whose name is soon to be changed to involve rare rock. Mm-hmm. So, but for today it is episode 54 of the Hard Truth Diamond Podcast.
I'm your host, GIA Judy.
I'm Colin David Ferguson, the Global Diamond Broker. Did you say the Diamond Stud?
I did.
Oh, that's sweet of you.
I don't agree with it.
Are you trying to anticipate my material?
Yeah, exactly.
Because don't bother. But it's, you're going to start hearing a lot more from us on here about, if you can imagine, about some of the things that are going on in the industry. And I can't call them anything else but industry lies. And yesterday we were downtown in front of a certain, if you haven't been on our Instagram or our TikTok, where our numbers are growing like crazy, and seeing the story, the post that we did yesterday.
In front of a store that rhymes with Biffany.
There must be a better rhyme than Biffany. There's no such thing as a Biffany.
Exactly.
Let's see, there could be Tiffany. Oh, that's awkward. But we're talking about beauty in a diamond. And I want to go back. I've been in this industry for 40 years. I love this industry.
I love it too.
And we're about to launch a luxury diamond brand called Rare Rock. And we've been working hard. And I've been a student of the industry for a long time. And look, luxury in the diamond industry is only one thing.
Beauty.
It's beauty. Mm-hmm. It's diamond on your finger or in your ears or around your neck or on your toes or wherever, and having the prettiest diamonds. And this is the way it was since the industry started. Yeah. Beauty was what luxury was. And then the GIA came out 80 years, 70 years after the industry started, and changed the grading system and sold you guys, did I say the GIA, De Beers and the GIA together, a bill of goods on what beauty is to help this mammoth Goliath industry led by De Beers sell you diamonds that aren't any good. They're not beautiful. And to even sell them as luxury. And in my TikTok I talked about the other day, and by the way, we don't rehearse any of this. Judy looked at me before the podcast and said, what are we talking about? And this is going to be what we're going to talk about for a while, because there's a new sheriff in town. And if it has to be me for the time being, let it be so. There is price transparency in the diamond industry. You can understand much better what you're getting than the way it's been so far. Technology has taken over in this industry, who wants to keep you shrouded in a veil of secrecy and misrepresentation is doing just that. So yes, I call on Tiffany to explain how they call themselves a luxury jeweler. The product, and remember this, when you buy diamonds and diamond jewelry, Judy, what do you pay for?
The diamond.
You
Design
pay
is
for
not what you pay for.
In these rings, there's a couple $100 worth of gold, and yet you're paying tens of thousands for engagement rings, or again, necklaces or rings, that it's all about the stones. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, don't get branded.
Don't get branded.
Don't get branded. That was the name of our TikTok yesterday.
I came up with that one, actually.
Of course.
But don't get branded for the rest of your life. And if you're going to get a woman a diamond, and I don't think there's much sense arguing about this anymore. There's beauty and there's not. Mm-hmm. There's the most beautiful, and then there's everything else.
Yeah.
Luxury is the most beautiful. Harry Winston knew it. Mm-hmm. I know it. And I know it from 40 years in the industry of making engagement rings and having clients call me and go, you know what, your diamond, my diamond at that point, is most beautiful. Everywhere we go, we've been getting referrals from, now we get them from the children of parents who come to us that I made their rings
decades ago.
Right? And they're going, everywhere I go, my mom's diamond's still the prettiest in the room. And they notice. And their parents notice. And you notice. And the jig is up, for lack of a better expression. Like, it's time to stop wasting money on diamonds by being sold something in an industry that is mostly uneducated about what really goes on in the industry, and start owning beauty. It's the new luxury. And don't think that the presence of lab-created diamonds isn't a great catalyst for this. I mean, let's start with this scenario. Let's say you get a guy who actually dates you for more than like 2 or 3 dates, or vice versa, in fairness to you.
You're such an asshole. Okay,
And
theoretically.
Really, I'm going to go out on a limb. And let's say you guys get engaged. Okay?
A girl could dream.
Like maybe wish before you dream, okay? Which comes first, the wish or the dream? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But let's say this point comes in your life, and let's say someone says to you, you can get a G color, gross, VS1, mine diamond half carat.
Just a half carat?
Well, I'm using the analogy that the industry's using right now, that came out of a mine, that polluted the environment, right? Like, because this is what's going on. They don't want us talking about this. Polluted the environment, may or may not have had child labor.
You wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know, and you don't know, and they can't prove otherwise. The other big thing is, this country of origin thing that Tiffany's talks about and that the GIA talks about.
Yes.
They don't know. They don't know. At best, it's a good guess. Remember, lab-grown diamonds were in the marketplace for decades before anybody knew. Go see that movie.
Nothing lasts forever.
Nothing lasts forever. They were there. The best trained eyes in the world couldn't tell the difference. So what is the difference? Well, there's a difference now, And anyway, but at the end of the day, I want to offer a paradigm
You kind of sidetracked a little bit.
on beauty. And what the very thought of you getting engaged, like, let's talk about sidetracked. If there's any listeners out there who, speaking of beauty anyway, I can't pick on you today. I shouldn't, right? Are you very emotional today?
It's fine.
Are you okay?
I have therapy later. I'll talk to them about it.
Can I go with you?
No.
To one of your therapy sessions?
So you can get a half carat, G color, mine diamond.
Or you can get a D color GIA, triple excellent.
Hearts and arrows, no fluorescence.
Made from wind power.
Solar energy
and wind power. No, it's both.
Wind and solar, actually.
Wind and solar. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Because I'm never wrong, right? Not about this stuff. It's amazing how much I know, really.
How many carats do you think someone could get?
2 carats.
Oh.
So you put the ring on your finger, and here's the paradigm. Here's the problem in the industry. One of the big problems with this is all of a sudden you have the most beautiful diamond in the room forever, and they're diamonds. Like, don't misunderstand. There's this whole thing about moissanite. Moissanite isn't even in the conversation.
Yeah.
Right? They're softer. They're too hardness on the Mozart. It's just a joke for anybody to talk about that. But these are diamonds. These are diamonds where still there's no way to test them in the market.
And no one's going to come up to you. Have you ever had a client say
This is the paradigm.
Right? Come up to the client and
Is
say,
that mined or is it lab grown?
From a mine or a lab.
And I was I never ever thought I'd be doing lab grown diamonds. I was a traditionalist in the industry. And look, I don't want to be disrespectful of people who feel, and I'm not, because we still broker a lot of them all over the world.
Many right now, yeah.
Right? Like of beautiful mined diamonds, right? But they're beautiful. They're the most beautiful in the room. We don't broker anything else. It's our niche. It's the future of the industry. And don't think that it's not. You know, my mentor in the industry, a fellow by the name of Edward Greisbard, who owned Gray & Sons Diamonds. If you go on our Instagram and scroll down, I used to take a briefcase full with millions of dollars worth of diamonds and travel all over the U.S. selling to all the wholesalers and the retailers and the manufacturers. Taught me the industry, and he would say there's no magic in the diamond industry. There's no magic. There's no deals. The price is a price. If you don't have beauty, you don't have anything. I was thinking the other day about how many women who don't have a beautiful diamond, they compare with their girlfriends. Right away, the diamond is done, and you don't see her left hand anymore.
She becomes right-handed.
Right? Because she knows. She can't hold her ring out. Don't make the mistake. The only return is beauty. And you know what? Starting today, and I've had a few things come up that Tiffany, out in front of Tiffany, I mean, Tiffany, you can go on their website, is selling I&J colored diamonds. It's indecent. They're junk. They're junk. I mean it. Like how the misinformation, look, we're supposed to be in the information age. And, you know, again, I go back to Donald Trump, and I go back to, you know, casualties of war. The biggest casualty in war is the truth, and that's what we've seen. And now you're seeing the mine side diamond, the mine side of the industry, capitulate. Prices are falling again. There was another, this is the second De Beers site of mine diamonds, that the prices have fallen. They're saying the retailers are slow. They're not. There's lots of lab-grown diamond industry is going crazy. We have our finger in the pulse of both. And so the industry's at odds, and the industry's changing. And again, you know, I am an environmentalist. Having said that, you know, there are environmentally properly mined diamonds. I don't want to be anything but, what is it we called ourselves early? Pro-choice in this. But the significance of the what you were reading me an article this morning, Judy, about
the growth of lab-grown diamonds.
Yeah, what's it going to be in 10 years from
50-something thousand?
50 billion.
Oh, sorry.
Numbers is not her strong suit, but by 2031, 8 years, they're saying it's going to be 55 billion.
55 billion.
And I can guarantee you, it's much, much, much more. They don't have a way. They couldn't have imagined this year.
Wow, it jumped from 22.2 billion in 2021 up to 55.5 billion by 2031.
So they're saying it's going to double, but here's the problem. This year, when they said that wouldn't last, it's the same thing. It's like the internet. Lab-created diamonds won't last, right? 1 out of 2 engagement rings in the U.S., and I know it's more than this. We can look at our own numbers. We broker lots of diamonds all over the world. 1 out of 2 are coming out of a laboratory. It's an industry in peril, the mine diamond industry, and it doesn't matter. And please understand, you know, when I got engaged, I gave her a mine diamond. I never could have imagined doing lab-created diamonds, but you know, if my son was getting engaged today, I think he would want, based on what we know. If I was getting engaged,
I would want a lab-grown diamond.
So, and not to take away from traditions and families, I don't want to do that, and be respectful of that. But
isn't it great to have a choice?
It's great to have a choice. We're pro-choice. That was a nice save.
Thanks.
That was good. Yeah, thank you. You're doing awfully well lately, eh? I don't know. Was the 1 year mark of podcast where you decided you're actually stuck? We're stuck?
Why is it just backhanded compliments?
Do you want me to come right out and say it?
Anyways.
GIA Judy, you've come so far.
Thank you.
Right?
Learned a lot.
Yeah. You're still a little bit mean to me, though. They weren't here for the smack before. What did I get hit for before?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a multitude of
It was
reasons.
a hard hit, though.
You deserved it.
Okay. Maybe. Anyway, so there you go. That's the thing. Guys, luxury is beauty. If anybody, and I say this all the time, and it's funny because jewelers will not confront me on anything I have to say. We put these posts up that are totally at odds with the industry. Look, let me tell you something, and let me say it again. The 4 C's were developed for De Beers to sell their crap. To keep the public, shielded from the truth of this. Harry Winston figured it out. I figured it out. I don't know how many other people out there have figured it out. But some of these luxury brands and the crap they're selling at the expense of your quality and in favor of their margins is just wrong.
Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for it. I think we're going to see mining disappear more and more every day from now on anyway. But so there you go. There you go. So how do you feel now about this podcast? This is number 54. The odds of us having 54
It's an important topic to talk about.
are 1 in 100 apparently if you get over 50 podcasts. So
Oh, is that right?
I'm 1 in 100.
Yeah.
Nothing to say there? Okay, give your speech about how there would be no podcast without you.
How did you know?
Right? Like,
How did
because
you
I know you. Okay? Go ahead. Tell them.
No, it's fine. It's only right when I say it, and
You missed the boat on that one? Not feeling as vicious as you normally do towards
I'm on
me?
camera.
Oh, okay. Well, it's called evidence now, is it? So yeah, guys, that's it. We're going to be making changes to the podcast. It's going to be a lot more swearing, apparently, coming up.
It'll be kind of Rogan-esque.
I thought I would be the biggest swearer on the podcast, and yet I guess because I have children, I'm not. But there you go. So that's what's going on in the industry. Don't buy diamonds without GIA certification. Verify GIA certification that it's real, that it's not counterfeit.
If you have questions, ask us.
Ask
Send
us.
a DM.
Even if it's someone's giving you the best deal in the world on a diamond. We had this recently where they did their homework. They made sure it wasn't a counterfeit certificate, that it was real. They didn't understand, though, because it's not one of the 4 C's of cut, color, clarity, and carat, that what the industry did was move everything that could affect the beauty in your diamond over under comments, which is a C word, really. So think about the 5th C of comments, and we have more. But, and it was VVS. You'd think the stone would be clear, but it had internal and external graining. Garbage! Ain't never going to be pretty and beautiful. Right? Or these, they've moved naturals where the rough meets the diamond over under comments. So it's not in the cut, the color, the clarity of the carat, which is all the industry talks about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really getting my mission together here, I think, right? And you can see them with the naked eye. They can appear as cracks in the diamond. Google this stuff. Do your homework. We're the Global Diamond Broker. This is episode 54. The diamond paradigm is not about buying, it's about owning. It's about owning forever. And for God's sake, see her left hand forever, or you've wasted your money. How about that? We'll call it Don't Waste Your Money.
Don't waste your money.
Okay?
Don't get
the
branded.
only return is beauty. I'm getting really quite ravenous about this.
Okay, let's go.
Ravenous.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, you guys.
Episode 54.
See you next week.
God bless. Thanks for coming out.